I'm Ryan Besson.
I'm Josh Saunders.
I'm John Blyden.
We are the PopCulturists, and today we're going to do our review discussion on Nioh.
Woo! Really loud.
I know, I'm always too low, so I'm projecting today.
Okay. Sorry, Nioh.
So Nioh is the latest PlayStation 4 exclusive from Tecmo Koei,
Yeah.
and Team Ninja. It's a very Bloodborne, Soulsbourne style game set in the early 1600s. You play an Irish dude named William, who's apparently really good at sword fighting and various weapons.
This starting to sound like a plot of Braveheart.
Like you start off in the castle and then you end up in Japan.
Same thing.
And
As
I have
you do.
no idea what happens from there.
Big night of swashbuckling ends you up in Japan.
Yeah, I
Which is pretty close to
All that
Ireland, right?
ramen ale.
Yeah.
like you spend the whole time chasing after this one dude. I have no idea why or who he is. Apparently there's like philosopher's stones and shit. The story is not something that's really strong about this game.
Sounds like it is.
It sounds cool.
Well, even in the really...
I wish you could
Sounds
tell me more.
complicated.
I wish I could understand more, so I'd be able to tell you about it more.
So what's the game style?
As I said, it's in the same vein as Bloodborne, and
So it's third person?
it's just third person
What
action.
does that mean?
Okay, so what that means is, so it's third person action, very melee weapon focused, and it is brutal. As in, you will take, like, hits will kill you, like, pretty fast. There's a lot of evasiveness.
Combat finesse.
Combat finesse is the word I'm for, yeah. Ooh. So the whole idea is, like, it's all about big bosses that ruin your day.
Yeah.
And it's
What kind of bosses are they?
just big F-off dudes. Like, one of the first opening ones is this guy named Derek the Executioner. Great name.
Good name.
Derek.
And then he becomes sort of like a demon-esque creature.
There's demons as well?
Yeah, those
It's an opening
Japanese
trailer.
demons.
Didn't you watch our Let's Play?
Yeah, of course I did. I said we're gonna take turns for 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll just quote that when they ask if I watched it. So yeah, I did.
There's some sinister things going on. Just
Yeah.
like demons and stuff.
Yeah. And a lot of magic-based stuff. Now, look, I'll be deadly honest. I have not finished this game. Because I've put, like, probably a good 7 hours in it. 8 hours, maybe. And I've probably not even close towards the end of the first level.
Do you think
because I get just demolished.
Plateaued in skill level.
I don't think so. No, I think if I spent more time with it, I'd probably be okay. It's just more of the time that I can allocate to it and the frustration I get, and I play in short bursts. It's one of those things that you go back to it after like a day or so, and you die really quickly the first couple of times, and you rebuild that up every time. So if I played it for longer and more often, I think it would be okay.
So it's like a memory game. Like
Yeah,
very much
okay.
remembering patterns.
Yes.
And techniques and everything like that.
Because the tough part is, because we have other jobs. So when I go to work, I think about Nioh, but not in the same way of, okay, this character, he's very front focused. Where this guy swings from the left. Like, I don't think about that. I'm like, okay, that guy, he keeps fucking me up, and I can't work out why. And then
So there's individual swarms of enemies you're talking about, or the bosses that you're fighting?
In what way?
In you saying that this guy always swings left, this guy does this. Is that the type of waves of characters you get against you, or is that like in like a old school kind of game where the boss is beaten a certain way, like you need to tackle the legs, or you need to
so it's very similar like that. So each boss would have a very particular pattern. An example, I'll use Derek the Executioner because he's kind of early in the game. It's cool. And it's not a big spoiler because it's right at the sort of the tutorial.
He sounds like a frat boy douche.
Yeah.
Like Derek. The Executioner, chug, 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 Like American Pie.
Yeah.
That's alright, I just had to get that.
Dick boo. And then I'm Derek. Yeah, so because he has like a big axe, like that's his thing. So he'll do a lot of very big swings and a lot of stabs.
Right.
So you have to duck and roll to the side.
Yeah.
Because I kept, because up until that point, all the little randomly grunt dudes, they don't have a lot of reach. So even if they stab you, you can jump back once and you're fine. Where I was taking him on the same way, I would keep jumping back and he would reach further and just impale me and I'll die.
So you're going to change up your
And
style.
I'm like, and like that's the thing. I'm like, I couldn't get it. And I put it down and I went to work, came back the next day, did it in the first try. And it's because I just ducked out of the way. I ducked and rolled.
Now who's executed?
Yeah, I executed the shit out of him.
It's the kind of game, it rolls with, like we've said before, the Soulsbourne games. So like the bosses are really difficult, but you kind of have that aha moment. Like where everything, you die 5, 6, 10, 20 times on this one boss. and then all of a sudden you notice something you didn't notice before, like telegraphing a certain attack, like, what do they do before they do that attack that fucks you up? And it might just be like they put the left foot back. And like, that's when that attack... Like, you have that aha moment where it's like everything else was
right.
And you go from getting destroyed 20 times to defeating it without being hit once.
So that you got to find the pattern.
Yeah, go find the pattern, find your rhythm.
I think rhythm is the key word, because rather than being like attack, but you're like, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like it is almost like a choreography. It's a little dance.
Well, there was a video on YouTube about how to play Dark Souls 3 to the rhythm, and he's like, all the music in this game is structured to have a rhythm, and in terms of music timing, the enemies are actually attacking and moving to that rhythm of the music playing in the background. Really subtle. Like there's no drums and that to keep time, but there are music cues and. The whole game flows like the rhythm of the
night. The night. Oh yeah. Yeah, so like in terms of as speaking of like Dark Souls, you play a lot of Bloodborne, right? And Bloodborne had a really cool sort of aesthetic in terms of that real old Victorian
Gothic
style, right?
Yeah.
This is a bit different, obviously, with being Japanese and being based in Japan, and with that sort of style. So it doesn't have that same punch that from like what I see from Bloodborne. But it still has its very own unique style, and like there's nothing else quite like it in terms of that way.
Would you say go?
And it runs incredibly well on the PS4, and it looks incredibly well on that PS4, the PS4 Pro, I should say. So it kind of adds that nice extra look to it.
Would you say before your final thoughts that it will be a franchise?
I think it can be, because we know that
because it was well received.
It was very well received, and like I'm in the same boat. Even though I haven't got really far into it, only because my skill set isn't there, I'm enjoying the hell out of this game. Like it's punishing me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going back. Oh, you game. Oh. And then I go back.
Yeah, and get smashed again.
Yeah, and then I'm like,
getting a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, and then it's like,
and then you get it, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, like there's
like you have it the whole time, like swag.
Talking about like the feeling you get from Bloodborne and Dark Souls and Nioh as well is when you finally take that boss out, or that one dude that messes you up every time, and you're like, yes! When you're one of those like rubbing shit in his face, and you're sort of like that reward that you get. Is totally worth it. Not much of it. So satisfying.
It's normally not even much of an actual physical.
Oh no, in game
you're not teabagging him in the game.
No, I mean you get a bit of loot and stuff, and that's cool. But it's more what's the word I'm looking for? The inside reward.
Yeah.
Like the
personal satisfaction.
The personal victory.
Yeah, because one thing happens, like if you die in the game, like you'll create like a little grave site, right? But that won't appear in your game. That'll appear in other people's games. Mm-hmm. So if you were playing on yours and I died in a certain spot, you would wander into that spot and you might see a grave that says Betson, and you would fight me, and the computer would fight as me against you, and then you can like pillage my loot and
that's
stuff.
Cool.
That's
awesome.
Really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what they work. I keep finding these little like a pile of rocks with a red sword out. I'm like, what's that? Oh god! And I get demolished. I'm like, what the hell? As I mentioned in our Let's Play, my buddy Adrian at work, he's like, yeah, there are other players that have died, and like essentially the computer takes over them, maxes them to the best that player has available, and they'll probably destroy you. I'm like, cool. Yeah, they did.
So final thoughts?
Look, I'm a big fan of it. I want to spend more time with it. I certainly will spend more time with it. I can certainly see where it's gripping people, and it's certainly got its hooks in me in that way. I like how it's visually set out. It's interesting. It's fun. I think putting it in Japan is a very interesting decision because it does have a very unique style, very unique look. And I think that adds to the game as well.
Cool.
And it runs really great, and I love it.
Mm-hmm. You want to give it a rating yet, or you don't think you've played it enough?
I'll probably give it, like, from what I've had with it so far, it's like an easy 4 out of 5. Like, no questions asked.
Yep.
I imagine the more I spend with it, the further I get into it. Like, as I come across bigger and better bosses, I think it'll probably increase probably like a 4 or 4.5. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm in that window, because I think the bigger the bosses get, I'm like, that was a good boss. And I feel better. That's really good. I'm Ryan Besson.
Josh Linus.
Dylan Boyd.
And that was our review discussion on Nioh. I don't know why I said it like that, though.
Nioh.
Nioh. Nioh.